Welcome to our research project focusing on equity, diversity, and inclusion in the Hamilton Fire Department. We are fourth-year students in health sciences at McMaster University, Shraddha, Amna, Leah, and Saif. We are supported in this project by our supervisor, Shahad Al-Saqqar, and by our community partner, Chief Dave Cunliffe. We have engaged in community-based research, or CBR, which aims to center the communities directly impacted by the issue. All our decisions were the products of both literature evidence and the values and priorities held by the HFD.
The HFD hopes to advance equity, diversity, and inclusion, or EDI, within their hiring process and workplace. This will support them in creating a workforce that better represents the community it serves. We have explored the current EDI status within the HFD, including potential and existing barriers to employment in the workforce. We wanted to select the most sound method for answering our research questions, so we turned to the literature evidence, finding that surveys are useful tools in larger populations. But because our research topic is quite complex, interviews can help us capture the nuances and details of people's lived experiences. With this in mind, we concluded that a mixed methodology, including a survey and an optional follow-up interview, would be ideal. Since then, our team has developed and will be administering 2 surveys, one going out to the HFD staff and the other to the general public. Future students, continuing from where we leave off, will conduct follow-up interviews with interested survey respondents.
To inform survey development, we conducted a gray and peer-reviewed literature search. Following the search, the results were imported into Covidence and underwent multiple rounds of screening, as shown by these Prisma flow diagrams. We extracted and adapted the surveys used by included studies to develop our own surveys. Some of the constructs captured in our surveys include barriers to hiring as well as workplace diversity. After we drafted the surveys, they went through multiple rounds of feedback with our amazing supervisor and community partner. After the surveys were finalized and we received research ethics approval, we programmed them onto Lime Survey, and they will hopefully be going out next week on April 12th.
Our recruitment strategies for both surveys were informed by evidence in the literature as well as insights from our community partner. For this survey going out to the HFD staff, the primary recruitment strategy involves the use of email lists to provide all staff with a link to the survey, as well as announcements made by key HFD leaders. For the survey going out into the community, social media-based recruitment will be used, with our post hopefully being shared by community organizations. As we mentioned earlier, both of our surveys will be going out on April 12th. The first survey will close on May 3rd and the second on May 30th. After all the results are in, we will conduct data analysis stratifying based on various demographic characteristics. All data will be aggregated and compiled into a final report and presentation for the HFD. And that brings us to the end of our presentation. Our team is so grateful to have engaged with this work in collaboration with the HFD. Just to reiterate, however, we've only scratched the surface. We sincerely hope that this important work is continued by future students and partnerships. Thank you so much for listening.